Hey, what's up there, everybody? This is Thavius Beck. In the following tutorial course, I'd like to talk to you about a very cool instrument, very cool instrument that you may or may not already be aware of, that is known as the granulator. It's specifically called Granulator 2, and it's sitting right here. This is a Max for Live device, so if you have not already downloaded this, you may not already have it in your library, but thankfully it's free. I should also point out that since it's a Max for Live device, this is only available to people with Ableton Live 11 Suite, or any Suite version of Ableton Live. I believe this has been around since at least Live 8. So if you have a Live Suite, you can use Max for Live devices, and this is one that's available for you. Before I get into what the granulator does and what makes it so interesting, it's probably good to make sure that all of you have access to the device so you can follow along. If you don't currently have the Max for Live granulator, one way you can download it is by going into the packs area of your browser, which is where I'm currently at. And I can see all the live packs I've already downloaded and installed are here. And I don't have quite as many on this computer. This is a relatively new computer. But I see there's M for L Granulator 2 here. So this has already been installed on my computer. If you don't currently have it, you should be able to go down to where it says available packs, and you could expand this. And if you go down to the M's, which might be not as obvious because you need to look for M for L. All right, go down to the M's and you should see M for L Granulator, Max for Live Granulator. Once you do that, you can just click the down arrow to download it, and then this will change to an install button when you're ready to install it, and then you're good to go. Once you do that, you're able to do what I have currently done, which is just to put the granulator device on a MIDI track. So what exactly is the granulator? Well, for one, it's a MIDI instrument, and it's a MIDI instrument that allows us to play back samples. But that's grossly oversimplifying it. There's a lot of fun things we can do playing around with samples, primarily by not just playing the sample back from beginning to end normally, but by utilizing what are known as grains so that we can play the sample back at any number of different speeds. We can dramatically slow it down. We can take these grains and make them overlap or make them play at different portions of the sample. So we're essentially rearranging it. This is a great way to twist and manipulate audio, but it's not necessarily just about making glitchy music. You can also make some beautiful ambient atmospheric textures as well. It just depends on what you're going for. All right. So I have an instance of the granulator here. I have a few different audio samples that I'll throw in there and we can play around and get a better understanding for how you can take advantage of this really cool instrument. So without further ado, I mentioned the term grain. Let's figure out exactly what that means and how that influences the way that we can use a granular synthesis device like the granulator.